After more than 35 years of addiction, I finally got sober. But nobody told me that getting sober and learning how to live were two separate things. I knew how to survive addiction, but I didn't know how to live a normal life sober. That was a challenging part for me. And I think this is where a lot of people get confused. You stop using, but now what? I'm 52 years old. I just made a birthday, June 28th, and I'm coming up on 5 years sober. My sobriety date is September 14th, 2021. In my addiction, I was used to a lot of chaos. I knew how to navigate through the streets. I knew how to navigate through certain environments. I knew how to become a chameleon. But getting sober, I couldn't be that same person that I was if I wanted to recover. Addiction told you what to do every day. You find it, you use it, you recover, and then you repeat the process. When we were in our addiction, we didn't have a choice. Then you get sober. Suddenly you had time on your hands, you had responsibilities, you had emotions that flared up that you didn't know what to do with, you wasn't familiar with them, and you had decisions to make. You had removed the drug, but you haven't rebuilt your life yet. Getting sober took something out of my life. Recovery had to teach me what to put back in it. If you're anything like me, you had challenges or experienced a lot of things after getting sober. Being bored. I learned later on that it was peace I was dealing with, and I didn't know what it was because I never experienced it before. I don't know how to be happy or have fun, but that's a lie, right? It's not only a lie, it's just they don't understand. I haven't practiced ways of having fun without being under the influence. It takes some time. I struggle with this too as well, having no sense of purpose. When I got sober, I wanted to do something with my life, but I read this passage or this poem, or what you want to call it. It's called Why We Were Chosen. And it basically said that God saved me for a purpose to help his people. And once I read that, it made a lot of sense because I've seen a lot of damage that addiction have done in a lot of people's lives. And I've seen people lose their mind and never come back. I've seen people OD and never get an opportunity to live in their purpose. And my purpose today is helping other people. I have a job where I work in a recovery home, and I get a chance to reflect my lived experience on people's lives each and every day, and it's so fulfilling. But in the beginning, I didn't know what my purpose was. I knew there was a calling on me, but I didn't know what I had to do or what God wanted me to do. And a lot of people tell me that they don't know what they actually enjoy. This is like a big one for me because I have to learn, because my sponsor explained to me that I have to experience life. I have to go on dates. I have to go to like the museums. I have to go to the park. I had to go out to dinner by myself. I didn't know what I liked because I only liked one thing. I thought I liked chaotic relationships with people because I knew how to navigate through it. But now I know I don't like chaos. I like some peace, stability, communication, and I just wanted some joy in my life. Today is different than it used to be, but I had to learn what I liked and disliked. And one of the things I talk about all the time is understanding that just because I got sober, that the relationships that I damaged in the past when I was using was not going to get mended, or they're not going to strengthen like instantly because I got sober. And that's one of the realities that I had to bear with for a period of time. But then I had a solution. Somebody told me how to mend these relationships. This is one I really gets on my nerve. Managing money. I know when I first got into recovery, right, I started making a little money. I wanted to buy things. First thing I started buying was Pumas. Because I'll give you a quick story. I was homeless for 9 years, and I used to sleep in parks. And I remember I was laying in the grass one day, and I can't remember if it was a lady or a woman, but lady or a man, and they jogged past with these pair of Pumas on. Because I'm older, I'm 52, so the Pumas being like very plain and stuff like that. But these were some nice looking Pumas. And I'm like, damn, those are nice. When I started making some money, I started buying shoes. I bought my first pair of Pumas about 5 years ago. And they were the most comfortable shoes I ever got. Guess what happened? My addictive personality kicked in. So I bought another pair. Then I bought another pair. I bought another pair. I think within a month, I probably bought 6 or 7 pair of Puma. I got them off of Amazon. And I loved when I got home in the evening after work that it was a package waiting for me. It's like I was getting myself a present. So I got addicted to feeling good. It was a temporary feel-good situation. And I had to check myself. I talked to my sponsor about it and other people. And they let me know that sometimes my addiction or my alcoholism were forming in different areas of my life. And shopping was one of them. And I had to start putting myself on some type of strict regimen that I only can buy a pair of shoes if I need them. But I'm learning today that I pay my bills, because I used to didn't pay bills. I love paying rent, even though it hurts. But I know I got a roof over my head, my lights is turned on, my food is get delivered, I pay groceries, all that stuff I did not do. But then I had to learn how to manage that to make sure that I become a responsible individual. And I had to be independent, declining outside contributions. Today, I don't need anything from anybody. Only thing I need is God, grace and mercy, to continue to help me and guide me on my path to a long-term recovery and helping His people. Now, early in recovery, this is what I hear a lot of people talk about, how they deal with multiple emotions early on, because when I used to be mad, angry, upset, sad, depressed, resentful, any of those things, I always put something on top of it and numb those emotions, so I never got an opportunity to process them and see what I was going through and how to get to the solution or even deal with the problem. Now today I get a chance to actually feel the happiness, feel the joy. I have resentments and remorse I can get past. There's a solution to it. Today I get mad, but I don't get angry. Being mad is one thing, that's an instant natural response. But being angry or being furious, that's basically like having a resentment. You're replaying something over and over in your head and creating that same emotion. Think about this. Somebody steps on your shoe and you get angry. You get mad first. And then you walk off, that person walks down the street and you keep on playing it back in your head like this dude played me, he stepped on my shoe, and now you're getting angry because you're feeling that emotion over and over again, and it happened an hour ago. Why would you steal some joy, some happiness of dealing with that right now in the present because of something that happened an hour ago? And you still mad, still angry about something that probably was just an accident. But because I'm alcoholic, I play something in my head to make a molehill into a mountain, like he tried to disrespect me. Now I'm angry, now I got resentments for a dude that I probably don't even know and never see again. Stealing joy and happiness for myself instead of just letting it go. I used to believe, hit me up in the comments if you believe this too as well. I used to believe once I got sober, all my problems would go away. Life would be like peaches and cream. And I found out different. I thought getting sober, instantly my life would be awesome. It was just, the promises do come. They come eventually, but not instantaneously like I thought. But then when I started doing the steps, working the steps with my sponsor, I found out that I had some defects of character that I needed to work on. And I'm still doing it today because it's a lifelong process. It's not about being perfect. It's about moving the needle a little bit closer to the good. We'll never be perfect, but we try to get better each and every day. And once I'm doing that now, I'm transforming into that person that God wanted me to be and that person that I always wanted to be. So fixing my life or allowing God to fix my life is not instantaneously. It takes work. God removed the taste out of my mouth. God restored me from a hopeless state of mind and body. Now it's time for me to put some work in. I'm going at this with the same zeal I had, the same energy I had when I was out there using. Because I ain't got time. Not today. I got too much to lose. Why would I give all that up? The peace, the motivation, the love I'm getting from people, the happiness and the joy, just for one mo. So I'm going to trade all that in for $10? The trade is not fair. And this is where recovery can get very dangerous for a lot of us. Because you can start thinking, if this is sobriety, what was the point? We are not a glum lot. Glum lot means we're walking around like sad and moping around, no joy, no happiness, no excitement, because I separated myself from something that used to get me excited and thought I was having some joy and some happiness out of it, right? And people walk through life like that. If you don't get anything out of this video, I want you to understand. For you, sobriety stops the destruction. Recovery rebuilds you. Once you get sober, that stops the damage, but you have to still work on your character defects, how you treat people. You got to be less selfish and self-centered than you used to be, which makes you a better person. I didn't become a man until I got into recovery. I'm 52 years old, and I just consider myself becoming a man the last few years of my life. That's crazy, because I'm aware, I'm mindful of the damage I was doing, not just to myself, to other people, and I wasn't living in my purpose. I had to learn discipline, how to make my appointments, my doctor's appointments. I had to learn how to get to work early. I had to learn how to show up for family gatherings. I had to learn how to make phone calls, call my family when I said I'm gonna call them back, call people that I know to check up on them. Any work that I'm doing outside of my job, I had to stay disciplined in doing that, even when I didn't want to. Discipline is a big thing. Showing up on time, keeping my word. If I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. And I just don't say yes to everything. My sponsor always tell me that one thing about me, that I have integrity now. If I say I can't and I ain't, I'm not. I'm not gonna give you no explanation why. I may just not feel like it or commit myself to doing something in the future that I may not want to do. But if I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. Going to help other people. Somebody told me that service work is not service work unless it's inconvenient. If it's not inconvenient, it's not service work. So if somebody called me and said, hey, Rock, I need you over here. Hey, could you do this for me? I need you to speak over here. Can you help take this guy to treatment? Can you do this? Can you do? I'm doing it. Even if I don't want to. Because I know for a fact, and I understand and I believe and I have faith in my purpose today. God saved me for a reason. He saved me to help his people. Trust God, clean house, and help others. It's a simple format. I still have a lot of work to do today. I'm not perfect, I'm far from it, but I'm way better than I used to be. I still work on certain things in my life. I work on relationships. My anger, I had to work on that. I had to go to anger management classes, so I'm much better than that. I understand the difference between mad and angry. It's okay to get mad, but I don't have to get angry about things. My responsibilities, I'm getting better at that. I try my best to let my word be my bond. Put it like this, I'm green and I'm growing. I'm not too far up on a mountaintop that don't need any help. Because recovery is not just recovering from drugs and alcohol. It's recovering from not being able to manage my own life. Step one, I got a problem with alcohol. And part of that, the second part of it is my life has become unmanageable. These are very important, so stick to the end for me. Stop expecting sobriety to automatically create a good life for you, because that's not how it happens. We have to put the work in. You got to remember that God restored us from a hopeless state of mind and body. He took that craving and desire out of us. Now it's time to put the work in. There's people before us that has a solution. All we got to do is do what they ask us or tell us to do, even if we don't understand it. Sobriety gives you the opportunity to live a better life, most definitely. Start rebuilding routines before you feel motivated. Even if you don't feel like going to that meeting, if you don't feel like calling somebody in recovery, if you don't feel like doing this service thing, even if you don't feel like doing it, you're not motivated, do it anyway. Do it anyway. I guarantee you'll get some type of fulfillment out of it and some type of joy that succeeds any type of money. Start building routines before you feel motivated. Sleep schedule. Make sure you get 8 hours of sleep. Some people say work. Make sure you show up on time for work. And when you're there, give 110%. Meetings, sponsor, exercise. I try to get anywhere between 5,000, 10,000 steps a day. Responsibilities with your family. We already talked about that. And last but not least, pick one area of your life and rebuild it. Don't try to rebuild all those years that you had in your addiction in one day. Pick one thing. Leave it in the comments, that one thing that you're going to start rebuilding in your life. I spent years thinking about getting sober was the finish line. For me, it wasn't. Getting sober gave me a chance to finally learn how to live. If you're sober and you're still trying to figure out how to rebuild your life, that's what this channel is about. So subscribe, hit that notification button, because we're going to dive deeper in living sober without the substances or the alcohol. Rock, recovery coach. Peace.